That's a scary place to be in. How you doing, King? That's a scary place to be in. So you want to be on the right side of the Most High. How you doing, King?
How you doing, brother?
Con. We don't want to keep you too long, man. We out here teaching the word to our people, letting them know that that they the chosen people of the Bible. You ever heard of the Israelites?
Yeah, I heard of it.
What you know about it?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Nothing for real. You ever read the Bible?
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I read it, but I can't remember now.
You ever heard about the children of Israel being in Egypt and all the things they were going through, and the Most High getting them up out of that position and taking them to their homeland, and on the way giving them laws and statutes and all that to follow? Okay. Somebody give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Well, give me 1 and 1 first, just to get the audience, and then we're gonna jump to that.
Come.
God, go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
See, and Moses, he was the person that led us up. The Most High used Moses to lead us up out of Egypt. So everything that we read in this book of Deuteronomy is going to be to the Israelites. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right. So the Most High said the children of Israel are holy people, right? You know what the word holy means? It means a separate people. This means these people, they do everything different than what the rest of everybody else is doing. They go all the way from their ways of living, their culture, the food they eat, the God they serve, etc., etc. Everything is different about these people. But,
who are y'all tonight? I'm talking about with y'all.
well, we the children of Israel. We came to this understanding by reading the Bible. See, the Bible is things that the Bible would say to let you know who the children of Israel are in today's time. Somebody give me Jeremiah 17 and 4. A lot of times, the reason now in today's time our people don't know that they are the children of Israel is because, one, our history has been hidden, taken away from us, erased, all kinds of things. With us coming to America, they've indoctrinated our foreparents into believing that there's something different. You know, they give us different names to cover up a lot of stuff in history. So it's a lot of confusion in our people. But the Bible, when you read the Bible tells you plain, it gives you signs to look out for to let you know the children of Israel. Now, I want to ask you real quick, are you a descendant of the people that came to America by the transatlantic slave trade? Well, if you went to a job interview or something, or you got to go fill out an application and they ask you your race, what would you put on it?
I always say, African American.
Okay. Make sure that don't. So the history of our people get to America is by coming by Africans selling us to the white man, right? And then them transporting us to America by slave ship. Now, all this is predicted in the Bible, but I want to read this verse for you real quick.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Right. See, the Most High said, because of our disobedience, he's going to cause us to go serve our enemies in a land that we don't know. Now, all our people, we know that we come from Africa. But if you ask them exactly where we come from, nobody's able to tell you. I remember being, you said what, King? Right. So they'll say that, but it's kind of it's a vague answer that they give. If you can't give me a pinpoint answer of where we come from, it's kind of hard to get that. But it's many black nations in the Bible. When you read about the children of Israel, you're reading about our foreparents. What you getting, King? Okay.
So you saying they've been back?
No, it's
He's saying word that you.
We are who the Bible is talking about. What you about to get?
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
What you asking, King?
So I don't know about that Lord they spoke in the Bible.
Uh-huh. Yeah, those are descendants that the Bible is talking about. The children of Israel, our foreparents. It's because of the things that they did back then that's led us to the conditions that we in today. So that's what we're trying to. What you read? Ham. Okay. My brother gonna read a definition for you real quick. Go ahead.
Right. So he told you that a lot of so-called melanated people are throughout the scriptures, but it's a distinguish that he's trying to show you as far as who we are, because the East Indian man is dark, the
Right.
African man is dark, right? We all descend. Everybody except the so-called white man comes from melanated people.
Okay,
Right.
okay, but another thing, what color Jesus is, what race?
You asking great questions. One thing at a time. We're gonna answer all your questions, brother. Watch this.
Go ahead.
So this is
But
Ham.
get that.
Right, it says Ham was one of the
Revelation.
three children, was one of the children of Noah, right?
Noah, yeah.
Right. So this is Ham. It says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes,
Right.
but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites.
So it's saying that Ham is one of Noah's sons. Now he's the progenitor of black race. Right. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. So if Ham is black and his brothers, so if Ham has 2 other brothers, Ham is the progenitor of black races, the Egyptians. What does it say? The Egyptians,
the Libyans, the Canaanites,
right.
and the Ethiopians.
All those are black races. So what would his other brothers be? If you got a brother, he gonna look like you, right?
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Unless they mix.
Well, I'm saying I'm pretty much saying that his brother's gonna look like him. So it's many black nations in the Bible. You can't really get caught up in skin color though, because it's
We all one.
right. But it's only a certain people that the Most High is dealing with at the end of the day. But you asked what Jesus looked like, so we're gonna read that for you real quick too.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 13. In the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot,
Right.
and a girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So we said it. His head and his hairs were white like wool. This means the hair on his head and the hair on his face, kind of how your beard is now. Got the white around. Christ's hair will be the same color, and it'll be woolly in texture. Keep reading.
As
Right.
Right. So this right here, this is not Jesus.
But shit, we can really
I'm getting cut with it. You know what I'm saying? Got the deal.
Without the horns, brother.
if you take it off and then we read the verse, there's when it talks about his hair, is it similar to how the Bible read it? Is it white? Is it at least white? Go ahead. Okay. So we gonna read the description, and by the picture, you can
But you know, growing up, that's the picture that they always.
right. But that's not accurate according to the Bible though. And we gonna continue reading it, and we gonna see if it lines up with the picture that they gave us.
his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow,
Right.
and his eyes were as a flame of fire,
Mm-hmm.
and his feet like unto fine brass.
Now, your feet would be the same color as the rest of your body, right? So if his feet is like a brass color, what color is brass closest to? Brown. A brown color, right?
As if they burned in the furnace.
And if you burn anything, what color does it turn? It turn. It get a darker color. So it's saying Christ is a dark-skinned, melanated man, right? So that's a description of Christ in Revelations 1, verse 13 and 14.
Just like you,
Mhm.
just like your brother.
And this is just stuff that's been hidden from our people. But back to the
But you know you got many different groups that's out here, you know what I'm saying, trying to teach different things. You got the Muslims and then you got the Latter-day Saints. You know what I'm saying? They get out and they do the same thing.
Yeah, they do. But I mean, the scriptures say the sheep hear the voice of God. So, you know, we out here teaching. We're gonna say we out here teaching the Bible. It really don't matter what they teaching because we find a lot of our history in the Bible. See, a lot of people don't even know. You said you didn't know about it. I'm gonna ask you, do you know how people got to America? The black man slave ship. So we gonna read a verse to you to let you know that the Bible had predicted, it had prophesied our coming over here. A lot of people don't know that the Bible talks about that, but we gonna get it for you. Whoever got it first. Yeah.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right. So quick question. When our people was in Egypt, the Israelites were in Egypt, they were in slavery, right? So the Bible is saying that he's gonna bring them into Egypt, meaning slavery again, but they're gonna go with ships. So keep reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Mm-hmm.
thou shalt see it no more again.
Right.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen,
Mm-hmm.
and no man shall buy you.
That word buy means to get you up out of your position that you in, because it was a custom that if a brother or sister back then, they were sold to be servitude to another person, after a certain amount of time of them working, a close relative was able to buy them up out of their slavery. But now, when we go into slavery this time, ain't nobody gonna be able to get us up out of it. So that's what the word is talking about. But it say, huh? Well, our foreparents did. Our foreparents did in 1619.
But now in this time, man.
Well, we not now, but it doesn't change the fact that it happened in history, is what I'm saying. So a lot of us, we grow up in this time. We didn't live in that era, but we still are over here because of what happened in the past. So it really doesn't change, even if we ourselves didn't go into slavery. It doesn't change that our foreparents did, and the stuff that they remember from their mother and their father.
Okay, but y'all teach. How would you say, like, you know what I'm saying, like the Latter Day Saints? How do y'all feel about them? Like, you know what I'm saying, the more that, you know what I'm saying, the Latter Day Saints.
I mean,
I'm talking about how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
Basically,
go
look,
ahead.
you basically asking about, as you said a few minutes ago, you said it's a lot of people teaching a lot of different things, right?
Different things, see,
So how do you know what the truth is, right? That's what you want to know.
See, the only way you know the truth, you know what I'm saying, God teaches.
All right, this is how you know what the truth is. Bring it out in Isaiah 41:21. Grab Revelation 19:10 real quick. This is how you know what the truth is. See, the thing is, yeah, there's a lot of people teaching a lot of different things. They got a lot of different books. Then you got multiple different groups supposedly teaching out the Bible, right?
Yeah.
So how do you know what the truth is?
But see, they don't really, but they don't really teach out the Bible. They use the Bible.
They use
it.
Right.
You know what I'm
So how do you know what the truth is? This is how you know what the truth is. Bring it up. The book of Isaiah, chapter 41 and verse 21. Prove your cause, saith the Lord. Bring forth your strong reason, saith the King of Jacob. Let them bring them forth and show us what shall happen. He said, let you bring forth your strong reason. Bring it forth and show us what's going to happen before it happens, right? What do you call that? That's prophecy, right?
Right.
You going?
Let them show the former things what they be, that we may consider them, and know the latter of them, and declare us things for to come.
Declare us for things for to come. So how you know what the truth is? They're going to have prophecy. They're going to be teaching. They're going to be prophesying. But I'm going to show you something else. Bring it out, King. What you call it? Revelation 19:10.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 10. It reads, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy.
The testimony of Christ is the spirit of prophecy. So how you know the truth is? They're going to give you prophecies.
Yeah, they're going to give you prophecy, and the prophecy is the truth.
Right. He just read a prophecy in Deuteronomy 28:68.
Because see, when they was out here teaching, you know what I'm saying, they came around and they prophecy were Joseph Smith. But see, Joseph Smith, all his prophecy,
There wasn't no prophecy. See, what he read to you, okay, it's all good, King.
I appreciate y'all. I look forward to listen. What other days are y'all out here?
We come out on the Sabbath, but not all the time. But get with that brother right there. So this the thing, bro. Right? he read a prophecy to you in Deuteronomy 28:68, right? That was written 4,000 years ago and just happened 400 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So that lets you know that's a real
sure.
prophecy, right? That really happened. So if he read that to you, that means the doctrine that he bringing to you got to be the truth.
So what y'all consider the Sabbath day? What
The Sabbath day. Let's get Genesis chapter 1 and verse Genesis 2 and 1.
So the day, what y'all say Sabbath, not Sunday.
From Friday sundown to Saturday.
If you look at any calendar, right? What day is the first day of the week?
It's always Sunday.
Sunday, the first day of the week, right? Read that real quick. Genesis 2 and 1.
Con, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Huh?
Thus the heavens and the earth were finished,
Huh?
and all the host of them. And on the seventh day,
On the what day?
and on the seventh day,
What day is the seventh day of the week? It's Saturday, right?
and on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made.
Come. There you go.
Con. So the Sabbath is on the 7th day of every week. This is the reason we'll, come out. Well, we believe it's on the calendar we go by on Saturday for us. This is our Sabbath. So we'll come out and we'll teach our people. So, but yeah. So what the brother was saying is about
Y'all come out on Saturday.
right.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? You got a whole lot of people, like a lot of churches.
Right.
That what they do,
But what council was that where they changed the Sabbath?
Nicaea.
Yeah, Council of Nicaea.
Council not see.
They had a council to where they changed the original day to a different day, and that's why now people will go and celebrate. I mean, they'll go to churches on Sunday instead of the original day it's supposed to be.
So what Bible y'all go by? The King James?
Yeah, we read the King James. But I mean, all the translations say the same thing. Some is a little more watered down for easier understanding. But we like how the KJV reads though, so that's our main translation.
When I had a Bible, y'all always have like 1 year minute, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Get a break it down.
It's Salakia.
Go ahead.
Now the King James is the most accurate, right? Now you got the NIV, you got the ESV, you got GNT, you got other translations. Now the NIV tends to take out verses.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
You got different Bibles that take out verses. So we suggest to get the KJV. Now you can, after you get understanding of the KJV, you can refer back to other translations. But just know, other translations they take out certain verses.
Right.
But the KJV don't.
Y'all not here teaching, you know what I'm saying? Like, you out here teaching, see, I think you trying to reflect back to what Jesus spoke in parable.
Right.
That's what they kind of like.
So do you know why we out here teaching? I got the precept for you. I'm gonna get Exodus 3 and 10 real quick.
Go ahead.
I mean not Exodus, Ezekiel 3 and 10. This book of Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 10. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thy heart and hear with thine ears, and go, get thee to them of the captivity, unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, thus saith the Lord God, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
That's right.
You want to elaborate on?
I mean, you can.
Okay. God, so in a nutshell, what it is we out here trying to do is wake our people up to who they are. See, the brother read earlier the precept to show that it's by the prophecies that let you know what's the truth or not. Now we read in the Bible about our forefathers' transition to America. Now that was prophesied thousands of years before it even happened. Eventually it happened. So can we, by the prophecy being there, and that happened to our people, and other things that's happened too. This lets us know that the Bible is telling the truth about our situation. It ain't nothing. If you read Deuteronomy 28, you can go through all the curses that it say that will be on the children of Israel, and all that will relate to our people. So we come to the conclusion that we have to be those people based on what the Bible is saying about us, even the conditions that we in. Appreciate it.
Like I said, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
My favorite chapter is Proverbs.
Right. That's one of my favorite books too. I love Proverbs. Uh-huh. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So real quick, just to, you know what I'm saying, get to the bread and butter of it. So what's your nationality after talking to the brother?
All right. So ultimately, what we trying to do is teach our people who they are according to the scripture, right? To receive salvation, I'm gonna ask you this: to receive salvation, what do you think you have to do? Okay. See, the goal is for our people to get salvation,
Right.
and our people got to know how to get salvation to receive salvation. So you got to understand what the basics are, right? Isaiah 28:9-10 says who shall he get knowledge, who shall he teach knowledge, and who shall he understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. You have to go back to the basics and relearn the Bible. We taught the Bible. Let's get 1 John 3 and 4 quick. 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. This is something basic right here, but our people don't know it though.
Right.
The church don't teach it because the church actually teaches you how to sin. That's what they do. Yeah, absolutely.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4.
I can't read this shit.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
That's what sin is. Sin is transgressing God's law.
Right.
So that's something basic, but that's something that our people don't know. Right? Now, also, we just read in Ezekiel 3 and 10 that said, we got to go get thee to them of the captivity. You know what that means? We got to go get the people that was brought over here on slave ships. The people that was in captivity to the white man. Right? Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68 real quick. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68 real fast.
Bring it out.
Because at the end of the day, you got to know who you're dealing with. See, everybody got a different nationality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's nationality ain't the same. Just because we all skin folk don't mean we can't folk. Just because they got dark skin don't mean we the same people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because who sold us to the white man? It wasn't our people. It was other black people, but not our people.
Back in the day, they talked on the other bit.
That's what I'm saying. It was other black people, but black in the nationality. It was other dark skinned people, it was African. But we are not Africans, we're Israelites. Let's bring it out in Deuteronomy 28:68.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So when they read this a few minutes ago, did you understand what Egypt meant?
Easy. You know what I'm saying?
Let's bring it out. Deuteronomy 5 and 6. Go on, try to retain this knowledge, bro. This is how you're going to get salvation.
I got
Right?
it.
Bring it out.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
He said he brought us out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. He calls Egypt the house of bondage. So Egypt means slavery.
Right.
Right? So let's read it in that context.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships.
Who is that?
The slave,
Who came on slave ships?
black people.
I'm asking you, who came on slave ships?
But he said black people.
Right, exactly. Keep going.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
That means it's going to happen exactly how I'm telling you.
thou shalt see it no more again.
You're not going to see your homeland no more once you get off the slave ship.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Once you get off the slave ship, you're going to be sold unto your who?
Your enemies.
Your enemies. Who do we get sold to?
But they said the white people.
The white folks.
Right.
Right?
I'm Western, bro.
Oh no.
For bond men and bond women,
For slave man and slave woman.
and no man shall buy you.
And nobody's going to be able to get you out that situation.
Let me-
But the Most High.
So, like, let me read this real
What do you
quick.
think?
This say, I went on Google and I just typed in transatlantic slave trade, and the question was posed. Was somebody asked what was it? So it say in brief, it say the transatlantic slave trade was an oceanic trade in African men, women, and children, which lasted from the mid 16th centuries until the 1860s. So all you have to do is just type it up. You know, if you can remember the verses that we gave, or Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. That's the verse. That's the verse we're reading from to prove the history that happened. All you have to do is just do a little more research on it, and is whatever the Bible is saying. When you read about it, it's gonna verify in the history.
A wise man don't know everything.
Yeah, we don't. But it said if you teach a wise man, he'll be watching.
But if you teach me something, I'm a researcher.
Uh-huh. Right.
I'm gonna do this.
As you supposed to. Right.
Sometimes you gotta, I like you don't know that, just see what other people do.
Uh-huh. Right.
I'm paying attention.
But can you see yourself in the scriptures that we read though? I know you say you wasn't too familiar with it.
No, when I read, I just read and then try to vibe out of law.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Shit, give me a law real quick.
Right. All right, so we gonna give you a couple laws then. I'm gonna ask.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
I see that hanging out your pocket. It's just because it's cold or you GD.
Are you but you know what I'm saying? But you know, we walking in something different.
Exactly.
Right.
You're the 613 laws of God.
All-
Not 613 who, right?
Yeah, you know, I'm on the positive path.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
All praises, man.
Son,
What's up?
All praises. And actually, start with Deuteronomy 6 and 7 because he just said it.
Yeah.
So we gonna give you a law and then you can get whatever you was gonna get to after that. And you just said something about your son.
What the candlestick?
Hold on. You getting a little distracted. Yes. Yeah. But hold on. But it's a beautiful thing. You said that though. You change your life for the sake of your son. That's good. That you're trying to walk in a different light. So this what the Most High gotta say, that this a responsibility as you being a father. This what you gotta do for your son.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes.
Right. And all this talking about is the commandments. So when you learn the commandments, you're supposed to teach your little one, so that when he comes up, the Bible say, what is it in Proverbs 22 and verse 6? Yeah. Somebody get that real quick.
Yeah, that's what, 10 man. Yeah.
Nah, it's more than 10.
Right.
It's more than 10.
I thought it was number 10.
We gonna get it for you.
This book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you train them up in these commandments because this is our heritage. This is what we're supposed to be raising our children up in. So you raise him up, and then when he's older and he's able to understand a lot more and he sees stuff, he's able to walk in a better way than he would if he was just being guided by the world, because the world ain't gonna teach him what he needs to know. Give me Leviticus 19 verse 23 about the beard.
What you call it?
27. Okay.
This book of Leviticus.
Hey, I'm talking about what you call the name.
Leviticus.
I'm talking about how
the book.
A lot of names on how to pronounce that, you know what I'm saying?
So the name of the book,
Yeah.
Leviticus.
Leviticus.
Yeah.
Right. So this is a law outside of the 10 laws that you were saying. I just wanted to get this for you. Read that.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Mm-hmm.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh.
Right.
Okay.
So the marring the corners of your head and of your beard means you taking a razor and you shaving it bald. If your hair grows, like I got a beard, it don't connect, but whatever grow, I let it grow. Now, I wouldn't be marring it if I got some clippers, I got a guard on like a 2 guard or something, and I'm trimming it up. That's not me marring it because my beard is still there. But if I take a razor and I just get rid of it, I'm going off according to the Bible. Even my head, if I'm shaving my head bald, I'm going off according to the Bible. And the marks, the printing of the marks is talking about tattoos. So you will see like a lot of our people, when they have a family member that's died or something, they're going to get a tattoo of them to remember them. But God said don't do that. Even though you want to remember your people that's passed away, they was close to you, whatever the reason, he still said don't do it.
So that's what they mean by graven image.
Well, no, that's not a graven image.
We'll get that. Exodus 20.
Mm-hmm.
So what about tattoos at all? So
He said don't get them.
no tattoos.
No tattoo. Can't do it.
Now that you understand, you can't get them, don't get them now. That you understand.
Yeah.
Not in the past, ignorant.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got them in Acts 17 and 30 tells,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? You said I ignorant. Meaning like if it's
Right.
something you're not gonna know,
What you hold it? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Now he would be accountable.
Read that.
The book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
In the times of this ignorance, God winked at,
Right.
but now commandeth all men everywhere to repent.
See, when you didn't know, that's one thing. But now that you know better, don't go and do it willingly, because then you bringing more upon yourself.
That's right.
See, the Most High can forgive you for the things that you did in the past. But when you know better, you're supposed to do better. Give me Hebrews 10:26 real quick. I ain't gonna be too long-winded, y'all. I promise. Uh-huh.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth,
Mm-hmm.
there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
Right. So the Bible is saying if you know not to do this and then you do it anyways, what's the point in you trying to repent for it? Because there's no sacrifice for that. If you willingly doing that, the scripture say the wages of sin is death. If you willingly going to commit sin, why are you going to repent for it in the end? Right? So just don't do it. Is that to say that you're not going to, and now I will say this. The scripture say a just man falls, so, and you trying to keep these commandments, it is going to be certain things that may take you a little time to come up out of. But don't let those times where you fall and coming out of those tough positions cause you to stray away from the Most High. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 10 real quick. Okay, go ahead, read that.
How you
The
doing?
book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
She is with all flesh according to his gift,
No.
and he hath given her to them that love him.
Read verse 11.
Verse 11. The fear of the Lord is honor and glory.
It's seek not error, and I think it's 12. What 12 say? One
The
and
Lord make it very hard.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You good.
I got it.
Right.
I got it.
Is it 12?
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 12. Seek not death in the era of your life,
Uh-huh.
and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands.
Right. So in the times where you know, the scriptures say, what is it? Proverbs 24 and 16 say a just man falls 7 times, but he rise again. So when you come across those things that may be a little harder for you to overcome, and your falls, still continue to cleave to the Most High. Don't let it discourage you, and then you go away from the Most High because you're not supposed to do that. But you're not supposed to willingly go out and commit sin. It's a difference. But I want to ask you one more question before I pass it to my brother. What is your diet like when it comes to eating certain meats? Do you know what the Bible says about things that you're supposed to eat and not supposed to eat? You eat no pork, spit hooves, yeah. But what about catfish, shrimp, stuff like that? You eat that?
Hey, we got a question. He wants to know, are we sure if Jesus is black? Step on up.
Yeah.
They're going to tell you in the Bible.
Yeah, we gonna get it for you. Let me get him real fast, and then I'm gonna answer your question. Give me Leviticus 11 verse 7. No, you can eat fish. We gonna get it.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed,
Right.
yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
So you know what a swine is, right? The pig. So we said the Bible is telling you not to eat the pig because it's unclean to you. Jump to verse 9, I believe.
Verse 9. These shall you eat of all that are in the waters.
Uh-huh.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat.
Right.
And all that have not fins nor scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
Right. So fishes with fins and scales is the Most High gave you permission to eat that. But anything without the scales and fins, even if it got fins but no scales, you're not supposed to eat it. If it got scales but no fins, don't eat it. Right. And if it got an exoskeleton, you can't eat it. Because he ain't say if it has an exoskeleton, you can eat it. The things that has an exoskeleton like shrimp, crab, lobster, things like that. Okay, kind. Yeah, you can see the abominations right there. Right. So that's something else that's not in the 10 Commandments though. That's something else that's not in the 10.
That's right.
But
That's what I was gonna say too.
let me This for you. Give me Revelations 1:1 real quick. Then jump to 13.
The book of Revelation.
You believe in the Bible? You believe in the Bible?
English is not very good, you know.
Where you from?
Dominican.
Okay, but do you believe in this?
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ,
Mhm.
which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass.
Right. So revelation means to reveal. So the Bible is about to reveal to you what Christ looks like. Jump to verse 13.
Verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it say his head and his hairs were white like wool. Wool in texture, white in color. See, you know how on your face is white, and the wool will be the curly hair. Like you would see on most black people. Like this brother, that brother got it, he got it. You know, that's the kind of hair Christ will have.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Right.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass.
And your feet, are they the same? Like when you look at your feet, it's the rest of your other skin color, right? As
if they burned in a furnace.
And if you burn anything, what color does it turn? If you burn toast,
Brown.
black. If you burn it, right? So the Bible is saying Christ is what?
You know it's black. That's all that's saying. You ain't heard no
So Christ is so by the Bible it said Christ is a black man.
I need to check my Bible.
Okay. It's Revelations. Actually, give me Daniel 10 and 16. This another one. Yeah. Whoever get it first.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The book of Daniel, chapter 10. You want to start 16, right?
Yeah, they get to it.
In verse 16. And behold, one like the similitude of the sons of men touched my lips. Then I opened my mouth and spake.
10 and, oh, my bad. 10 and 5. Count.
Verse 5. Then I lift up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz.
So this is the same description as it did in Revelation. It's just in a different chapter.
His body also was like the bell, and his face as the appearance of lightning,
right?
And his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in the color of polished brass.
So brass is close to what color on the color grid? Brown, right? A penny, brown color. That was it on it.
On the way, yeah. No,
Okay. So it said like polished brass. Most high, Daniel 7 and 9, yeah.
Daniel 7.
Count. Show him what he wanted to see real quick.
Okay.
Right.
I have a problem in my eyes. I can't tell
That's big. Look right here. His eyes like flame fire, and his feet like a fine brass, as if burned. ED. Past tense. It's as you pull it out in a furnace. What color is that, bro? Brass as if burned in a furnace. Anytime you burn something in a furnace, what's going to happen to it? There you go.
All right. So no more white Christ. No more white Christ. He's Negro. we gonna get you what God looks like too. Read that.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was as white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
Right. So we said the Ancient of Days, sitting on the throne, the texture of his hair. It don't really go into the skin complexion, but the hair texture. If this is, we say Christ is the Son of God, right? God created man in his own image, right? What's up, Marcus? God created man in his own image. So we're going to represent what God will look like. But Christ, not Christ, God also has the woolly hair, how the Bible had described it. So this is letting you know that Christ and the Most High God are black men. What's your precept? Con. This is gonna be my last one. Then I'm gonna pass it to somebody else.
Thank you, man.
You welcome, man. One more. I can't read.
This is the book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat.
Right. That's Job.
My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat.
Actually, I'm gonna give me Acts 13 verse 1. Acts 13 and 1.
Acts 13 and 1.
Yeah.
The book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers,
The prophets. These are the servants of God.
as Barnabas and Simeon, that were called nigger.
They were called what?
Nigger.
Nigger. Who is called nigger? Black people, right?
Lamentation 5:10.
Look, Cole's casket.
Lamentation 5:10.
That's it. All right, we're going to bring it up. Somebody get it. Hey, you're an Israelite, man. You got to keep these commandments. Don't be what the picture is. The white Christ. Yeah, you got to leave that alone. That's why we put the horns on them, because that's the image of the beast. That's a false image given to our people.
The white Jesus is the devil.
See,
White Jesus is the devil.
the white man has went all across the world showing this image to people, saying this is the Son of God, and if they didn't serve him, if they didn't bow to this image, he killed them in the name of so-called white Jesus, right? But this is a false image according to the Bible.
Can I take a picture?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
I can show you.
And while you're taking that, we're going to read one more for you.
Lamentation 5 and 10.
Yeah. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Go ahead. 5 and 10.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine.
Mm-hmm. So you got all these verses in the Bible showing you that the people of Israel have brown color skin, right? But I know you cold, so we're gonna give you this to end off. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
This for you too, King.
And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul,
Uh-huh.
to keep the commandments of the Lord,
Right.
and his statutes which I command thee this day,
Right.
for thy good.
So the keeping of the commandments is for your good. At the end of the day, this is all the Most High is requiring of you: to fear him, to love him, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments. He's not asking you for nothing more, nothing less. That's all it is. So, brother, after talking to us, what we read of our people today, you would be a so-called Israelite. I'm sure you would be too. Because you can't get so caught up in skin color. Actually, a quick story. My rib, she works in a hospital, and she was dealing with a so-called brother that she was having to take care of. Just by his skin color, she thought that he was one of our people. But then I went up there, I was doing something for him, and he was telling me some of his family history. And he said that his dad is half black, but his dad is a white man. I mean, no, he said his dad is half white, and his dad's dad was a white man. So I was like, damn. But if you just looked on the outside, you would think he was a brother. So you can't get so caught up in the skin color. The Bible tells you that the curses will be a sign to let you know who the Israelites are in the last days. So all you really can go is by the Bible. And the scriptures say that our spirit will bear witness that we the children of God, right? So it ain't really, you can't really get so caught up in DNA, really and truly. All right, man. Hey, somebody give him
one more question before you leave. So your native tongue is Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Right. So how did you start speaking Spanish?
This is the language of my
Right.
parents.
Because the Spaniards conquered your people, right?
Yeah.
That's
How
right.
you start speaking Spanish.
That's right.
So what we out here to tell you is that we have the same story as you, right?
Whoever.
Dominican.
Right. We
okay.
are the same people. We're the children of Israel.
I live near to Haiti, you know.
Right.
Close to the
Right.
same island.
Right. So that's what we out here to do. We out here to tell our people that we all the same people, that we got to come back to our heritage, our culture, because your native tongue, before you start speaking Spanish, is Hebrew.
In my country, there are Indians,
Right.
and the Spanish people killed.
Right. We have the same story. We were conquered by the English,
Let me
and they're
get
all
a,
the same people, right?
let me get a precept.
So that's
on
what we out here to tell our people, that we have to come out of the customs and the traditions that we've been taught and come back to our heritage, our nationality, and our customs according to this right here. This is your book.
Let me get a precept.
You understand what I'm saying? It's your book. I'm gonna give you one more verse real quick. Go ahead, get what you want.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Right.
So,
So
go
when
ahead.
when your people originally were conquered, they were taught to speak Spanish. That was a tongue that they didn't understand. What's the symbol of the Spaniards? It's the eagle. The same symbol. The same symbol as the Russians. The same symbol as America. Right? They have the same symbol because they are bird. They are land of prey. Right? That's what that means. Right? So this is what we are here to tell our people though. These are your people. Like we've been
1340.
taught to dislike each other and to hate each other, but we are the same people. We got the same story according to the Bible.
Right.
But this is your book, brother. You got to come back to your heritage, your culture, and nationality, and keep the commandments of God, because we're living in the last days, right? World War III is on the rise. You understand? And this place is about to be destroyed. So you got to come back to the Bible in the last days. Bring it out, right? Give me
13:11. Second Ezra.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Right.
And he carried them over the waters, and so came they unto another land. Because they took this counsel amongst themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathens and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Right. So the 10 tribes, which includes all the tribes except Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the northern kingdom came over here to try to keep the commandments of God in this new land. This was a new world, quote unquote. They came over here to keep the commandments, right? But the Spaniards came over here and conquered your people, right? So this history is in the scripture, which he just read in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, right? So again, this is a book of prophecy. This was written thousands of years before it actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So man, you got to get in tune. Do you have a phone or anything? You got YouTube? Okay. You know, get with them. You know what I'm saying, and lace them up, so you can start looking at some videos and things like that, and learn.